Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. United States President Donald Trump has announced an extension of the ceasefire with Iran. In a statement on the social media platform Truth Social, Trump said the planned strike against Iran had been postponed for the time being at the request of Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir to allow the Iranian leadership and its representatives to present a joint proposal. He said the ceasefire would remain in place until Iran submits its proposal and negotiations reach a conclusion. The US president added that the American military had been instructed to maintain the blockade against Iran and remain fully prepared in all other matters.
President Donald Trump has signaled that good news on a second round of talks with Iran could emerge as soon as Friday, as progress continues behind the scenes. According to reports, renewed diplomatic efforts could lead to talks within the next 36 to 72 hours, as Pakistan continues mediation with Tehran. Trump says the recently extended ceasefire will remain in place until Iran presents a unified proposal and negotiations move forward. He added that the US military will also maintain its blockade posture while staying prepared for any outcome.
Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has thanked US President Trump for extending the Iran ceasefire at Pakistan's request. The Premier hoped that a comprehensive peace agreement would be reached in Islamabad. In a post on social media platform X, Shehbaz conveyed gratitude to Trump in his personal capacity and on behalf of Field Marshal Saeed Asim Munir. He said the extension in ceasefire would assist in advancing diplomatic efforts, adding that Pakistan would honor the trust placed in it and continue sincere efforts for a peaceful resolution of the dispute. Meanwhile, the White House has confirmed that US Vice President Vance will not travel to Pakistan for the expected second round of US-Iran talks. An official said in a statement that the trip to Pakistan will not be happening today. Any further updates on in-person meetings will be announced by the White House. The visit had been scheduled for Tuesday and then Wednesday. According to the White House, the decision to cancel the visit reflects Washington's position that it is waiting for Iran to present a cohesive and unified proposal before continuing talks. However, the advisor to the Speaker of the Iranian Parliament, Mahdi Mohammadi, reacted sharply to a statement by United States President Trump regarding an extension of the truce, describing it as meaningless. In a post on X, Mohammadi stated that a party which has suffered defeat cannot impose its terms. He alleged that the continuation of the American blockade of Iranian ports amounts to a siege, adding that it is no different from bombing.
Iran says it will decide on negotiations with the United States based on appropriate conditions. Foreign Ministry spokesman Esmail Baghaei has said that diplomacy remains an option, but only if it protects national interests. He acknowledged Pakistan's mediation efforts, while insisting Iran is acting in self-defense and remains on high alert. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has said that US actions are blocking meaningful negotiations, as he accused Washington of contradictions. In a social media post, he said that blockade and threats undermine trust and are the main obstacles to genuine negotiation. Meanwhile, Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bakr Kalibaf says a full ceasefire cannot hold while the US blockade remains in place. In a social media post, he said that reopening the Strait of Hormuz is impossible under what he called a clear violation of the ceasefire. Accusing the US of taking the global economy hostage, Kalibaf said the invading forces could not achieve their objectives through military aggression, and would not achieve them through threats either. Separately, Chairman of Iran's Parliament National Security and Foreign Relations Commission, Ibrahim Azizi, criticized the perceived violations and unfulfilled commitments from the United States and said that Tehran did not request a ceasefire. Talking to a news channel, he said that de-escalation would only happen if Tehran's conditions were met. Also, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has welcomed the US decision to extend the ceasefire, calling it an important step toward de-escalation and creating space for diplomacy. A UN spokesman said all sides should build on this momentum, avoid actions that could undermine the truce, and engage constructively in negotiations. The United Nations also expressed support for Pakistan's mediation efforts, hoping they will help lead to a lasting resolution. Meanwhile, Iran has showcased its Khorramshahr-4 missile in Tehran's Revolution Square, signaling military capability as uncertainty grows over renewed talks with the United States. The missile has been described as a medium to long-range system capable of reaching up to 2,000 kilometers and carrying a heavy payload.
On the other hand, at least 3 container ships have been hit by gunfire in the Strait of Hormuz. Maritime security sources and the United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations said a Liberia-flagged container ship sustained damage to its bridge after being hit by gunfire and rocket-propelled grenades northeast of Oman. The British agency said the master of the vessel reported being approached by an Iranian Revolutionary Guards gunboat. It said the vessel was subsequently fired upon. All crew members were safe and there was no fire or environmental impact due to the incident.
Also, Iran's Revolutionary Guards Navy has seized 2 vessels, identified as the MSC Francesca and Epaminondas, for alleged maritime violations. According to Iranian authorities, the ships were operating without proper authorization and were accused of manipulating navigation systems, actions they said posed risks to maritime safety. The vessels have been transferred to Iranian shores as investigations proceed.
Germany is set out a military strategy that sticks with a target of 260,000 active troops, despite demands by senior military officials to raise total troop numbers more drastically in response to a widely perceived growing threat from Russia. Speaking to reporters in Berlin, German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius said Berlin aimed for a military of 460,000 soldiers, a target set in 2025 that includes 200,000 reservists, while describing the strategy as a living document.
And children aged 17 or younger in United Kingdom will never be able to legally buy cigarettes under new legislation approved by lawmakers. The Tobacco and Vapes Bill raises the legal smoking age by 1 year every year, starting with those born on or after January 1st, 2009, effectively creating a lifetime ban for future generations. The law also introduces stricter controls on vaping, including banning sales of nicotine products to under 18s and limiting advertising, promotions, and product displays.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.